So good morning and welcome to Tuesday's chair yoga. Please make sure that you've got enough space around you, and if you're using the chair that it's not going to fall over on you. If you can, you will need a band for today. It can be anything, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be a piece of material. So like I haven't put my washing away, so I've got my a pillowcase here. You could use something like that. It could be anything that you want. This is a piece off my dressing gown. So just something to use for your arms. We're going to bring ourselves to sit down, making sure that our knees are in line with our hips. That'll do. Bringing our shoulders down, bringing our hands down. So we're going to start with a breathing technique called equal breath, and we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. We're going to try and hold it for 4 seconds. We're going to breathe out for 4 seconds, and we're going to hold it for 4 seconds. Now, if you can't do 4, you can do 3. And if at any time you think, I want to go a little bit harder, you can. You can always take it up to 5. So I'm just going to let it come in. I'll change the view of this as well, so we can see us both.
Morning.
Morning. Just going to...
No, Charlie just picked up your message.
No, don't worry about it, that's okay. I'm just going to mute you now. Okay, so we're going to start with an equal breath. So we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. We're going to hold it for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. So I'm going to count it with us. So we'll start by breathing out. We're breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. So we're going to take some cleansing breath, breathe in and out through the mouth. So that breathing just helps to regulate the breathing as it comes in. It acts as like a square. It again stops the brain from wandering off. You have to concentrate on that breathing, counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But it's also great at that time where you're not breathing, where you're holding it in and out. That's when great stuff happens in the body. When we do it again at the end, if you think about your joints at that time, you may feel very like tiny micro movements, little gives in the body. You may be able to feel the heartbeat, feel the blood pumping in different parts of the veins when you stop and you're still and you listen. So let's bring it into our next stretches. We're going to bring our hand, thumb behind our head, and we're going to do a diagonal. We're going to breathe in to look up. And we're going to breathe out to look down to the shoulder. Keeping that elbow pulling back. Breathing in to look up. And out to go down. And one more. And back to centre. Let's take the hand out. Let's try the other sides. So bring the thumb up. Breathe in to look up. And breathe out to look down. Trying to keep the thumb right at the base of the skull. Bring it back to centre. So I'm going to get you to grab hold of your band, whichever one you've got. Have it so that it's in line with your shoulders to start off. So it's not right next to each other, but you're not out here. So in line with the shoulders. Lift the arms up. And just bring the arms over to the side, come into your head as if you're waving a flag. Imagine your favourite football team. You're just waving up towards your arm, towards your head. You're starting to work them shoulders. Then we're going to bring it back down. So now we're going to take it a little bit further so the arms are out. We're going to move ourselves slightly forward on our chair, bring it up again and see if we can move it slightly further so the arms are going behind the head, but the hands are staying nice and straight. And this is called a shoulder floss. Just working out them shoulders. Last one. So bring it back to centre, bring it forward. So we're going to see if we can take it a bit further back. So we're taking it and trying to stretch back as far as we can go. You can pull on the band or the elastic, whatever you've got. And bring them down. Let's do another one. Lift it up, take it back as far as it'll go. Pulling them arms apart. And bring it down. Let go there. So, we can stay on the edge. We're bringing our hands up so they're in line with our shoulders and stretching our fingers out. This is cactus arms. We're going to bring the right hand on top of the left, bring it into eagle and lift it up. Bring it down, undo the arms, stretch the elbows back, and then bringing the left over the right. Lifting them up. Feel that stretch into the shoulders. Bring it down, take it out, move it sideways, pulling them shoulders back. Crossing the opposite hand over, lift it up. Now we're going to bring the hands towards the head so that elbows can lift, and we're lifting up, stretching back a little. And then bring it down. Take the hands out. Bring it round the other side. Lift the arms up. Bring the hands to the head. Lift the elbows. Bend back a touch. Feel that lifting from the ribs. Bringing it down. Undo. Stretch back and bring the hands down. Give the shoulders a little shake. Let's bring it down into our waist, into our chest, sorry. So we're taking it into cat and cow. So from here, tilting the pelvis under, roll the shoulders forward, breathe out. Breathing in, roll the hips backwards, pull the shoulders, stick the chest forward, lift the head up. If you wanted, you could bring them fingers in and push the hands out, breathing out. You could bring the finger and the thumb together, turn them round and push them back. Two more. Choose whichever one you want. You can keep the hands down or you can bring the hands in. Last one. And bring it back down. So let's take it into our side stretch. Hand on the chair or hand across the leg, wherever you feel. Breathe in. If you can lift the arm, lift the arm. If you don't want to, remember you don't have to. Breathe out, reach over to the side. Look through the front of the arm. Breathe into that side rib, breathe out through the other side. Breathing in, lift. Breathe out, bring the arm down. Changing sides. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more each side. bring it up and out to bring it down. Last side. Breathing in to lift and out to bring it down. Let's go into our twist. So you can just turn if you want, or you can lift the arms up, breathing in. And as you breathe out, turn to look around the back, bring the hands down, use them anywhere you can on the chair, on the leg. Breathe diagonally. And breathing in, lift. Take it all the way round as you breathe out to the other side. 3 breaths here, diagonal breathing. Lifting up, breathing in. Let's do one more on each side. And breathing in, lift. Breathe out. And lifting, breathing out, bringing it down. Lovely. So let's bring it down into our pelvic floor. So we're going to pull in at the back, at the front. We're going to do this 5 times, holding it for 10 seconds. So you can be standing or you can sit, it's up to you completely. So if you want to start with the feet, imagine lifting the toes up, engaging the thighs. Bringing the shoulders up, getting yourself nice and straight. Start at the back, pulling the back muscle, pulling the front muscle, pulling the abdominal, but breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. So remember that relax is just as important as the pulling in. So here we go. At the back, at the front, at the belly. See if you want to pull in all them thigh muscles as well. If you want, you can always bring your hand into prayer. Let's say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. So here we go again, 3rd time. Squeeze at the back, at the front, at the belly, pull the muscles in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Here we go again, 4th time, at the back, at the front, at the belly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Last ones. Here we go. At the back, at the front, at the belly. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7. Oops, sorry. 8, 9, 10. And relax. Very good. Beautiful one for the summer. I'll turn my heating back on. It's got ever so cold in here. So we're going to start by seeing if we can do the same thing, but lift our feet off the floor. So you may want to come forward slightly on your chair. So it's the same thing. We're going to lift and walk. We're going to pull the stomach muscles in. We're going to have our hands on our hips. We don't want our hips to move. Our hips kind of stay straight because we're pulling everything in. So we're squeezing and we're lifting our foot off the floor. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. So it's about working them a little harder. So now we're going to work it a little bit harder still. You can stay here. You're going to lift the foot, take it out, point it, flex it, bend it, bring it back in. Okay? And we're going to do 10 of those while pulling in. So pulling at the back, at the front, at the belly. We're lifting, we're pointing, we're flexing, we're bringing it down. 2. We still want to make sure them hips stay nice and straight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and our last one, 10. Lovely. So again, it's starting to work all here. Let's bring that foot, flex it, bring it up onto our knee. And we're just letting it drop. Letting it rock down. And then we're going to bring it up and we're going to swap legs. So flexing, bringing it up, keep it on there, let that knee just bounce. And then let's change, last time. So we're going into our forward bend. We're placing our elbow on our knee, our head on in our hand, and we're just working our fingers, our toes, working our fingers. Giving them a massage, giving them a pull. Having a check on the temperature, how they're feeling. Giving them a stretch if we can. The toes. We can move the ankle. Pointing and flexing with the toe. Give our foot a squeeze, give it a check over, give it a press. How's everything feeling? If we know we've got an area of the body that's hurting, see if we can find it in our foot. Give it a bit of thanks. And then let's do the other side. So before we do that, just have a think about the feet. How do they both feel? How does the one feel now compared to the other one? And do we like the feeling of the one we've just touched? So if it feels great compared to the other one, maybe we should do this every morning. Give our feet, start our feet off. So elbow down, head down. And that way we're working on that hip at the same time as just giving a bit of thanks to our toes and our feet. Don't forget to give them a stretch them away from each other. Any way you want to do it. Give them a twirl. Give them a pinch. And then let's put them down. So let's start to bring ourselves up to standing. Hands out or round by your chest. Bring yourself to the edge of your chair. We're going to do 5 up and 4 down. Here we go. Lean forward, breathe in, lift. Breathe out, sit down. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, sit down. 3. 4. And 5. Let's stay up. So we're going to go to the back of our chair. I'll turn this way. Let's see what I do. So holding ourselves at the back of our chair, we're standing on one leg, pulling all the weight in. We're taking the foot out to the side, keeping the foot facing forward. We're bringing it in. We're keeping our body nice and straight. We're taking the foot backwards, working the bum, working the lower back, working that back thigh. Bring it in. We're pushing our hips forward. We're pulling our chest back, keeping our chin in line, stretching the front of our thigh. We're bringing ourselves back up. We're changing sides, out to the side. Working that outside thigh, bringing it in, working the in, taking it out, working the back, bringing it forward, working the front, reaching back, stretching the front, working that lower back. So let's do it again. So out to the side, bring it in. Take it back. Bring it in. Reach the body back, shoulders back. Lift it up. One more. Out to the side. Bring it back. Take it back. Bring it in. Reach the shoulders backwards. Lift the body back up. Lovely. So let's take it into our Achilles stretch. So if we step back with one foot, keep the foot flat on the floor, the foot facing forward. We've got the chair there. We're pushing to the front leg. We're pushing that back knee back. Really trying to feel the stretch from the calf. And then we're going to lift and step it back in. Let's take the other side, so taking the foot back, foot flat facing forward, bend that front knee, push that back knee back. If you want, you can lift the hands up. And we're going to change one more time. Stepping it back, bend the front knee, push the back knee back, and on the chair on on your waist, it's up to you. Feel it right into that back calf. And let's change. Bring it in, step it back. So we're going to take it from the calf down to the Achilles. We're stepping that foot back again. We're bending that front knee, but now we're bending this back knee. Again, the chair's there if we need it. We're still pushing forward, we're still pushing back, but we're bending that back knee. And then we're going to step forward and again change that leg. Take it back, bend the front knee, bend the back knee. You can always take them hands again off and place them on the hips. Let's step it in. And let's do one more time, but this time if we want to, we can move that back foot side to side. But if we do it very slowly. And we're conscious about what's happening, where we can feel it. It shouldn't just be the ankle, it should come right up into the knee. It should maybe even come up into the hip. You may even feel it all the way into your back. Or all the way, if you're really good, all your chakras are open, all the way up into your shoulders, into your neck. And let's change. Bend in the front, bend in the back. If you want to move it as well. And let's step it back in. So from here we're going to take it into down dog. Now you can have your hands on the top of the chair, or you can turn it and you can bring your hands to the lower part of the chair. Or if you want to, you can always go to the floor as well. But I'm staying with the chair. I'm going to take it to the lowest part of my chair today. We're going to breathe in, lift our arms up, reach back, and then breathe out, bringing our hands down to the chair. Now if you need to, you can bend them knees. You want to try and keep that back straight, especially if you've got back problems. If you've got high blood pressure problems, again, you don't want the head to drop. You want to keep it in line. We're going to step back. And again, it all depends on if you've got blood pressure, you're looking forward. If you haven't, you can look down and bring the head between the arms. If your heels are still up on the air, you can always bend the two legs if you find it too hard and try and straighten one leg at a time. But you want to make sure that that back is nice and straight. Even if you're looking forward, because of blood pressure, that back should still be straight. It shouldn't be curling over. You should be pushing the chest down, even if you have to bend the knees to get that nice stretch. From here, we're going to come back up, and we're just going to bring our weight onto our hands, our shoulders back, with our bum sticking in the air. So we're not going into a full plank. And again, we're going to push back. Again, if their knees want to bend, let them. You can always do one straight leg at a time. Think about the shoulder blades rolling towards each other. And then we're coming forward onto them hands, shoulders back. So I'm going to get you to step in, but keep your hands on the chair. Make sure you can see that. Now, if you haven't got the, you're not using the chair, you can do this on the floor, on your knees. We're going to work our hands. So we've got our weight over the top of our hands. We're going to stretch our fingers out, and we're going to move forwards and backwards. So we'll feel the weight of our body, or most of our body, going into our hands. And this would be the same thing if you were on your hands and knees and doing it on the floor. So you'd be kind of doing it in hero pose. So we're going to take the fingers and we're going to point the fingers towards each other. And again, the same thing. We're moving backwards and forwards over the hands. So if you were on the floor, you'd be like that. Doing the same thing, but moving backwards and forwards on your hands. Remember, chair yoga is for people that can't get to the floor. Or in an office and you can't get to the floor because everybody's looking at. So we're going to bring ourselves back to neutral. We're going to turn our fingers away from each other. Stretching the hands out, and again moving forwards and backwards. And we're just starting to work them wrists and shoulders. We're putting a little bit of weight into it, not too much. We're going to bring ourselves back in. We're going to turn our fingers so they're pointing towards us. Ow, I know. This one's the killer. Hence why I leave it till right at the end. And again, we're moving backwards and forwards over it. Now, if you work at computers, this is a killer. If you drive, this is a killer because it's taking your hands back in the opposite direction. It's giving us the wrists a really good stretch. The palms a really good stretch. And then we're bringing ourselves back in. We're going to peel our hands off. And we're just going to shake our wrists. And flick, making a fist and flick. Lovely. So let's bring it into our knees. If we turn our chair round, we're going to stand. You can stand facing the chair or side to the chair. It's up to you, whichever you prefer. We're coming up onto our tiptoes. We're going to try to squat down and then back up again. Yeah, you can take the hands out. This is that kind of, it's fierce pose. But with this, we want to go down. We want to keep that back nice and straight. And then we're pushing up. We don't want to go down and end up going in. And as we're coming up, we don't want to have to flick ourselves up. We also don't want our knees to go out, or we don't want them to come in. We want to keep them in line. So we're just going up and down. 3. And we've got one more. Lovely. Bring it back up. Bring your heels down. Give your legs a little shake. So we're going to take it into a goddess pose, which is a squat. Again, you can have your chair at the side of you, or you can have it to the front of you. I'll have it to the front because it shows you what I can do. So you're bringing your feet out. Let me try this up a bit. And then you're bending the knees out to the side. So they're going in the same direction as your toes. The chair's there for you to hold it. You can stay here. You can move the hips if you want. So it's not the knees aren't moving. The knees stay bent. It's just the hips that kind of moving side to side. You can do circles. You can move the hip backwards and forwards. But you want to keep that bent knee. You don't want to go straight on any side. And then we're going to push up. Give your legs a little shake. So we'll do it one more time. You can see they can go a little further. And again, we're keeping the bum in. So I'll do it this way. We're taking it down, but we're not going forward. We're keeping our back nice and straight. And again, we can just move them hips. You don't have to, you can just stand still and hold it here. And then push up. Bring the feet in, give your legs a little shake. Give yourself a little shake. So if we bring it onto our chair, we're going to go into tiger. So again, you can do tiger on the floor, or we're doing it from the chair. Now you're going to start off with one hand on the back of the chair and one hand on the seat of the chair. The leg that's on the seat of the chair, that's the leg you take out. The hand that's on the back of the chair, that's the hand you take out. So do it in that position, on your knees. So holding it here. Squeeze them stomach muscles, tuck the chin in, reach the arm away, reach the leg away. And then bring the hand down, bring the foot down. Bend the knees, bring yourself to standing. Or sit down, or go into child if you're on the floor. So we're going to do the other side. So we've got to come round our chair. It's always got to be the hand that comes off is at the back, otherwise the chair will tip. So, hands down on the chair. You'll find your elbow will go on the other side. The hand that's on the chair, it's that foot that lifts. Then it's the hand on the back of the chair that goes out. Lovely. Squeeze the stomach muscles. Feel yourself being pulled in two opposite directions. Bring the hand down. Bring the foot down. Bend the knees. Bring yourself back up. Let's try one more on each side. We may try the bow. So again, hand down, hand on the back. Leg from the front goes out, hand at the back goes out. So bring the hand down, bring the foot down, bend the knees and come back up, but we're going to stay here. I'm just going to show you the bow before you go into it so that you're not doing it and trying to watch me. So the hand goes down, hand at the back. We're taking that foot out, we're taking that hand out. We're still looking towards the chair, but we're bending the back knee in. We're reaching the hand back, seeing if we can grab hold of the foot, and we're pushing up. If we feel comfortable, we can turn and look down towards that foot. When we're coming out, we do it gently. We bring everything back out to that position, and we bring ourselves back up the way we have. Okay? Let's have a go. So our hand goes down. We lift the foot off first. We lift the hand off. We're looking towards the floor or the chair. We're bending the knee in. We're reaching the hand back. If we can't grab the foot, no. So Glenis, you've got the same foot, same hand. It should be the opposite hand and opposite foot. So it's the foot at the front goes off and the back hand comes off. The foot bends in and then we're reaching. If we can't grab it, it doesn't matter. We just hold it there. So don't worry if you can't get it. Just reach the hand towards, reach the foot towards. If you still can, you want to turn and have a look and see how far you are. You might not be very far. We're going to breathe out, bringing our hand and our foot back out. And then we're going to bring everything back down and lift up. So let's try the other side. So bending the knees, we're bringing the hand down onto the seat of the chair and onto the back of the chair. The leg that's in line with the front of the chair, that's the one that goes out. And the hand that's on the back of the chair, that goes out. We're looking towards the floor. We're squeezing first. Then we're bending the knee in. And we're reaching that hand back. If it grabs, it grabs. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We're pushing the foot up in the air. And then we're going to turn and have a look down our shoulder towards our foot. Lovely. And then letting everything go, bringing it back around. Bring the hand down. Bring the foot down. Bend the knees. Lift up. So we're going to take that into child pose. Stay on the floor if you're on the floor. If we're sitting down on our chair, we're sitting right on the edge. We're going to bring our hands underneath and we're going to take ourselves into child position. So you may find that if you open your legs a bit, you can get your boobs and your belly through as well. And then we're going to bring ourselves back up. So sitting ourselves down. It's going hot and cold in here. We're going to do some facial exercises. Now, facial exercises should really be done on your own in the privacy of your bathroom. But there's only me and you, and you can all make funny faces at me while I make funny faces at you. So, we're going to start with our jaw. Now, with our jaw, we're going to try and lift our jaw up as if we're lifting it up to the ceiling. And you'll feel all this area here start to stretch. And it should get to a point where you can't actually do it anymore because it gets so tight. And then bring it back down. So with the throat, you're going to make the sound of, you're going to try and swallow first. It's quite weird thing to do, but you're trying to swallow, and then you kind of get that, and then you're going to try and make a sound of a cow. And last one. So what that does is, again, it's that kind of thing where it shakes your vocal cords. And then it gets your vocal cords really, really good so that you can project your voice without putting any pressure whatsoever on your vocal cords. As opposed to when we tend to talk loud, we feel a strain on the throat. This gets rid of all that mucus and shakes it off so that the voice is really good. So now we're going to work our tongue. It's also a good part of our talking point. We're going to get our tongue and we're going to lick all the way around our teeth. I'm going to get all the way to the back, all the way around. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. And bring it back, and you'll feel as soon as you were doing that, all the jaw start to work. So we're going to bring it into the mouth. We're going to make a small O into a big O. And again, relax. And again, you'll start to feel all the movement through the lower part of the face. So now we're going to try and make a smile on each side. And then relax. And again, you'll start to feel that jaw starting to work. So if we take it into our eyes, we're going to, you can do this with the eyes closed, with the eyes open. You're going to look round, go round in a circle. So you're going to go 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9. And then we'll swap in the opposite direction. So if you want, close your eyes, it's up to you, or put your hands over your eyes. And then we're going to change direction. So 12, 9, 6, 3. 12, 9, 6. So I'm keeping mine quite slow, but I can go quite fast. And then just cover your eyes for a few seconds, let them close as they were open. Just give them a little rest. And then relax. So I need to move my fringe. So with this, you're going to lift your eyebrows up and pull them down. Lift them up, pull them down. And then relax them. So, with your hands, you're going to bring your hands on top of your head, keep your head nice and straight, but push down onto your head, as if you were doing a headstand, but you're doing it upside down. An upside down headstand. And again, what we're doing is we're forcing blood to come towards our head, but without too much, like if we've got blood pressure problems. And relax. If you grab your ears, so sort of where your earlobes are, not where your earrings are, make sure you don't grab your earrings if you've got earrings, and just pull your ears out and flick them. Move up the ear, pulling them out and flicking.